What's up, everyone? How's your night going? Hopefully everything's going well for you. Hey, this is a re-upload. I put a video out a couple days ago and it didn't really get the message across that I wanted to get across. I think I rambled on a little bit too long, so I'm just gonna re-upload this and hopefully say this better. So I posted a video about why your obsession with quitting porn is going to ruin your life. And listen, this is what I'm here to say. Your obsession with quitting porn is going to ruin your life. You being obsessed with how many days it's been since you've jerked off and watched porn is going to make you weird. It's going to take away the focus from things that actually matter in your life. And what you're going to find is that this is going to actually hold you back more than it's going to propel you forward. And I'm speaking from experience, man. Believe me, I'm speaking from experience. I did the NoFap thing for fucking years. Since I was 17 years old. I'm 24 now. And I've really just come to realize this. Your obsession with that shit is just it's not gonna actually accomplish anything. Because yes, you may get far, you may get all these benefits, which you do, but then what happens every single time? To every single one of those guys that goes on their NoFap mission, their NoFap journey, they get 120, 150 days in, they have all these benefits, they relapse. Every single one of them relapses. And I relapsed every single time I did it. And whenever I relapsed, it was like the end of the world. The end of all the progress. I had tied my life so much to how many days I could go without jerking off, that when I jerked off, it was like I had to cease everything until I could get back on NoFap successfully. And it was like this downward spiral. I do that, right? And I make every other bad decision. I jerk off, all right? I gotta be careful because there could be somebody that could pull up. So I gotta make this fast. I jerk off. And then because I feel bad about that, then I justify to myself, well, I'm not gonna work out today. Then I justify to myself that, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna go to class today because I don't feel good, you know? And it would just be one bad decision after another. And there was one point, man, where I ended up failing a class. I failed a biology class when I was in college. And that was the first time I had ever failed a class, was biology in college. And honestly, looking back at that time where I was so obsessed with my NoFap streak, everything was about my NoFap streak. Every time I'd relapse, every single time after that, I'd be like, all right, this time is the time. I would even go the distance of writing it down in my journal every single day, what day I was on and what benefits I was experiencing. Never lasted, ever. So you gotta take your focus off of that stuff. And hear me out. No, porn is not good. You shouldn't watch it. You should obviously do what you can to not watch it. But when you have the urges, don't fight it. If you know what's bad, don't fight it. All right? Don't fight it. Because each time you do that, the desire to watch it is going to go away. What you need to do to quit. All right? And listen, I still struggle with this too, so it's not like I'm sitting on my high horse here. What you need to do is you need to make your life busy, and you need to change your life, and you need to fill your days with things and hobbies that take up your time where you don't have time to think about watching porn. You need to actually start living. Too many people are on this NoFap thing thinking that this is going to change their life, but they haven't changed their life. They're still doing the same shit, waking up at the same time, eating the same shit. They have the same habits, but they somehow think that if they stop touching their dick for a certain amount of days, that is going to magically change everything. Yeah, you might have a little bit more energy. Yeah, you might be a bit more horny. All right, but that's it. And if you don't put that energy anywhere, you're gonna relapse. Too many people are living too mundane of lives. Their lives are boring, and they're bored. And so what do you do when you're bored and you have nothing to do? And you're in this cage, right? You've like confined yourself into these walls. What do? You jerk off. What does the monkey do in captivity? He jerks off. Because why not? You have a natural tendency towards those things. So what is my final point here? Your obsession with NoFap is going to keep you in a loop. So what I suggest you do, and this is something that is even a suggestion for myself, is if you watch porn, do not beat yourself up over it. Realize what you're doing. Know that it's not good. Be like, all right, I'm watching porn. All right, I'm jerking off. This is what I'm doing. I'm not going to shame myself. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to tie my self-worth to this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be done. I'm going to move on. I'm going to get done what I got to get done. I'm going to fill my days with interesting and exciting activities. So the more I do that, right? Jerk off, watch porn, and the more I fill my life with fun, exciting activities, the less desire there is to do that other thing. And I feel like that is what works best. I feel like that is what works best. Guys fucking posting videos of themselves crying because they lost their NoFap streak. I mean, it's like, give me a fucking break, dude. Give me a fucking break. This is insane. All right, so, yeah. I think I stated it as clearly as I could. That's all I got to say. So just get busy living, man. Get busy living your life. Get out there, man. It's a big fucking world. There's all kinds of things to see. I spent all day exploring places I had never seen before. It's been great. This is what you should do more often. You do this more often, you're not going to be thinking so much about the addictions you have. And to state one more thing. So many people are thinking they're addicts, man. You're not an addict. You're thinking you're an addict, but you're not an addict. You convinced yourself that you're an addict, but you know what? When you convince yourself that you're something, you actually become that thing. I never had that big of a porn problem. I didn't. I had a bit of a problem here and there, but it wasn't enough to the point where it was like I was an addict. I wasn't some chronic masturbator. I wasn't jerking off 4 or 5 times a day like some guys do. But I treated myself as such. And you know what? The more shame I put on myself, the more likely I was to become that person that I was not trying to become. So that's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say. Just get busy living. Stop thinking that you're an addict, because you're not. You're likely not an addict. There's likely nothing wrong with you, all right? There's likely nothing wrong with you. You're fine as you are. It's just that you get caught in these loops of these ideologies and these things that you think are going to improve your life. They may give you these short-term benefits, but it doesn't actually achieve anything. All right, so that's all I got to say, man. Get out there. Have a great night. It's Friday. Get busy living. Have a great weekend. God bless. Take care.